Nandi.
Aha, the helpful stranger I've heard so much about. Here to do business, hmm? Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
How have you heard about me? That's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I'm just looking for the information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Hey. It could always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown.
I don't want to break your heart, though, buddy.
I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
What exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by? Is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
Felix, dog.
I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
So what do you want to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Are you out of your mind? You can't just go crawling back to your old masters.
You can.
But we can't continue to subsist like this either.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry.
But now
The
she's
plan
helping
she
you.
refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
You do seem to have a bit of a Raptidon problem.
And a Mantisaur problem. And a Marauder problem.
Just everyone is here.
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved with a Bolt 52 cartridge.
And what is that?
If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Do you mean this Bolt 52?
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All
Now, where
those
did I get
blanks
that?
waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less.
How exactly is the data cartridge going to help?
What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Yes! Finally the board will get their comeuppance.
Wait. We're dropping a bomb on the board?
Probably not a literal bomb.
Sort of. Really, we're just going to blackmail them into offering us a seat at the table.
It's the way to do it.
But really, whatever gets you excited about the idea, it's definitely a firm middle finger.
I can get behind that.
That's what I like to hear. I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
The board just can't let Monarch go, huh?
Of course
If we
not.
can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board.
Well, I'll go talk to Catherine and figure it out. Sanjar, you sly dog.
You really think so?
You're killing it, dog.
I admit I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out.
That's what I'm here
If
for,
someone
baby.
is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
I know how to make people talk.
Oh, I imagine you do. But as much as I love your can-do attitude and dangerous gravitas, Catherine handles all of our shipments. So it would be best if you could leave her in one piece. Is that how you people put it?
I mean, I'm doing work for her too. Close enough.
Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it.
Infiltrate a secret corporate base and kidnap the staff. Kidnap the staff. Sure, easy.
A foolproof plan if I ever heard one. I'll leave the execution to you.
I like him. I found your review on a terminal in the arms building.
This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them.
Your left kidney?
One of the executives required a transplant. I thought volunteering to donate might improve my prospects.
Nope. Did it?
Apparently not.
Who cares what they think? You're in charge now.
In charge of a scrap heap of a city. Abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners.
But you're still surviving. And you've made it work. That's more than anyone can
I
say.
hadn't thought of it that way. But perhaps there's something to that.
You're killing it, buddy.
Thank you for that. Was there something else?
I met Grimm, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He killed it. He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Alrighty. I have questions about MSI in the good
Then
old
it's
days.
good that I keep such meticulous notes.
So you used to work with Grant. Why not mention that earlier?
So you've heard about our prior acquaintance.
Yeah, he sucks. No sense in being coy about it. We're partners now, aren't we?
I suppose you're right. Graham's always had a way with words. Strange as it may seem, I suspect he'd have quite the corporate career if he weren't so radical. Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago. And we both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely.
Yeah, he's nuts. How did MSI get kicked off the board in
I've
the
asked
first
myself the
place?
same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Do you mean you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true.
What an
For
interesting
many years, this
situation.
planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Tier 1 and Tier 2? I see the board put their best people on
Really?
that one.
I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
And it didn't work out. Meaning, you and Graham, right?
Indeed. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
I take it your leadership didn't embrace your ideas.
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else.
Yet here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
And it apparently worked, because that's what I thought you were. But why would they do that?
I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
Your
didn't
first
put their
mistake was expecting the board to cut you a fair deal.
I understand the sentiment, but if we can't rely on some sort of framework, then what do we have?
Nothing.
I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Why exactly do you want back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, and once you go back to him, he'll own your dignity too.
Bro, Felix,
To be
calm
on the
yourself.
board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
They've treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress.
Good.
If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
You mean the corporate data you sent me after?
Indeed. I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't mean to leave MSI or its people at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
What's the hazard clause?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
AKA
Sounds like the board gave
Monarch.
themselves the power to arrest an entire planet.
They would say it's for the greater good.
And they've invoked it on Monarch?
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
I want to talk about
can I do
something
for you?
else. Alright, I'm out. Wow, that was quite the discussion. Before we talk to Catherine about what Mr. Sanjar was just talking about, we're gonna go do the mission that we had for her as part of Lilya's request. That way, if we piss her off with the other deal, we can still get the experience from this quest. I want to shoot you in the balls. You are so accurate, Felix. What the heck? You're a professional. That was incredible accuracy. Well, I blinded a machine. That's about all I did. But I have this plasma. Oh. That did 1,100 damage? Ugh, I don't want to waste my ammo. I almost launched it and wasted my ammo. Secret lab access. Oh. I don't know that I'll ever get tired of that.
Instinct is resistant to cloning methods.
Who's attacking us? Oh, there's marauders. Oh, I missed. Oh, shoot! I got flamethrowered. Let's try that again. Maybe I'll pay a little more attention this time. One-hitter quitter.
Instinct is resistant to cleaning efforts.
Oh, he killed him before I could get my last shot on him.
One order of frickin' fan
Oh.
coming up.
That's one way to make an appearance. Oh, look at all those pellets that missed. No, don't flip over me! Oh, he's dead. He's already dead. I want to be cinematic. It would probably help if I had any sort of aim whatsoever, but I don't because I'm trash! They're having fun over there and I'm just taking all these goodies. Thanks for the experience, guys. Sam, keep on getting experience for me, buddy. I'm just making sure we have enough ammo. That's all. Just drop kick him, Felix. You guys need to just get in there and just wreak havoc. While I stand back here and look.
This area has been sanitized.
Cascadia! Let's make our way in here. Oh, I need 100 lockpicking to get in. Surely there's an alternate way in, right?
Clean up the competition.
Aha, we found a secret way in. Oh gosh. That's one way to take care of him. Why do I keep getting blasted back? Oh my goodness! There's so many people here. Oh no. Did we get everyone? That was a massacre! There was so much going on! How am I supposed to keep my head on straight whenever we got that many people coming after me? None of these people have anything. You useless jerks.
Wow, I could do that.
I'm a genius. Now we can get up here and sneak into this facility. Because we don't have 100 lockpick to just walk in.
Muting.
They're just standing there with their buddies.
Toxin neutralized.
They're like dogs, they're tamed. Did they find someone else to kill? Yeah. They did. Technical time dilation with this gun is not very good. It goes based on number of shots and this thing just blasts through ammo. Rizzos. What's upstairs? Dead things. What's in this terminal?
Alert! Orcs detected.
Goodness, this assault rifle is something next level. Oh hey, there's like a sniper up there. Ha! I just sent Sam up there! That's so broken! And I leveled up from it! Sam MVP! 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 Oh, hey, you're back. Oh, you're just a superstar. My boy. What's in the safe?
Got it open.
Alright, let's get what Catherine wanted us to get. I guess we should kill everyone here, huh? Whoa! I completely missed that too, by the way. That was great. A whole 19 bits in that cash register? They were balling in here. What's in here? Are there beans by this toilet too? Wait, I just picked a lock to get into a bathroom? What? Alrighty. Supervisor override. Enter password. Begin transaction. Did you greet the customer by saying, "Welcome to Rizzo's Sweet Shop. We've got your candy handy. How can I sweeten your day?" Yes. Have you offered the customer a slap? Sales of lemon slap are down. Reminder customers how refreshing a good slap is. Try saying, "Thirsty friend? Nothing beats a zesty sap." Yes, I did. View current inventory. They have nothing in stock. Okay. Oh, it's in... Oops! Back inside, guys. I'm an idiot. It's in this room right here, right? Yep. Transition to Rizzo's secret lab. Let's go.